Cedeno to Reed, blocked on the way in. Pelaez! What a moment for Anwar Pelaez! Oakland has life!
Despite that unbelievable goal, the Oakland Roots 2023 season would end with a loss to El Paso Locomotive.
It was a heartbreaking loss, to say the least. But I feel like coming in this year, a lot of the guys are hungry.
Hungry for the next chapter. Hungry to see what happens next.
We've been working very hard in preseason. We have some new additions to the team that we're very excited about.
2024 is here, season 6 for the Oakland Roots. And this team is looking to make its impact on the town and on the pitch.
Yeah, I'm proud to represent the Oakland and the community and what it stands for and what the Roots stand for. It's really amazing.
Ready for sold-out games, ready for more growth, ready for more star power.
Well, Brian Tamakis is the captain of the El Salvador national team, and we're lucky enough to have him for a second year in a row now. He is one of the most popular players in that country.
This roster is ready to work.
We're all very excited. It's going to be a big year for the Roots.
New kits. As once again, they call Pioneer Stadium home. New dreams, big plans for the future, all with that same unbelievable energy and excitement that you only find with the Oakland Roots. Matchday Live starts now. And wow, you can feel the energy, the excitement in the air, the tension as we are in extra time at the first game of the season for the Oakland Roots, a capacity crowd at Pioneer Stadium. You could not have asked for a better night. Welcome to Matchday Live. I'm Claudine Wong.
And I'm Bailey O'Carroll. Yeah, I want to echo what you just said. You can feel the energy here in the stadium. It's been a back and forth game, obviously, the whole night.
It has.
Still nail biting.
It has, and we are in. We have finished regulation, so this is extra time. I want to welcome in Chief Purpose Officer for the Roots, Mike Geddes. It is actually less stressful, maybe, to have our backs to these final minutes of the game. We're talking about this is 2-1 is the score in favor of the Roots. We're looking to make history today as a game opener, so no pressure.
Yeah, no pressure, but it's just great to be out here with this fantastic support in Oakland. I mean, we know, Oakland fans are the best fans. We've got an incredible game. We've had goals, we've had excitement, and hopefully we'll get the win as well.
Yes, I want to wait, in terms of let's talking about what this game could mean for you guys as you start out the season. But as Bailey and I have been watching, I mean, it's been a nail biter.
Yes. It's been a nail biter, and it's obviously a long season. This is just the first. We've got 34 games across the season, all of them on KTVU, which is fantastic.
Yes.
But so yeah, it's a long road, but it would be great to start with a win at home. And the fans are incredible. Sell out for the first game. Atmosphere is amazing. You can see the new players who we've signed this season walking out in front of this crowd and feeling that East Bay energy. I mean, they're like, wow, we're so lucky to be here, and it's just great to be out playing soccer again.
What's the best part of coming out? I mean, it's the first game of the season, as we've talked about. What is the energy like? Is this about where you expected it to be at?
Yeah, I mean, it's the first game of the season is always really special. I mean, people are just waiting since last year. Last year we missed out on the playoffs. People were disappointed. They just can't wait to get back watching Oakland soccer play again. And just seeing the young people, the kids, watching them come into the stadium. They've got the brand new replica jerseys. They're coming out to see their heroes. They've got that excitement. It's magical.
And that is really what's great to watch about the Oakland Roots, how homegrown that's been. When you talk about season 6 and people, as you've continued to grow, they don't care where you play. They're going to show up. They're going to sell out the stadium. You're going to go wherever they need to go. When you talk about the purpose as a Chief Purpose Officer and what you guys decided to build before these seasons even began, and as you've seen it grow, when you stand out there with those new players as they come on the pitch, I know. Is this the dream, or is this just the next step in building the dream that you guys first envisioned?
No, it's definitely the dream. I mean, when we first had the idea for bringing purpose-driven soccer to Oakland, I mean, it was that a dream. It's never been done before. So, to be out here with a sellout crowd, thousands and thousands of people, these young kids who've got brand new heroes for them to follow. It's amazing. And, so much of that passion, of course, it comes from people wanting to watch winning soccer, wanting to watch us win championships. But so much of that connection to the fan base comes from the fact that they understand this team is about something more than just wins and losses on the field, right? It's about how much the community means to us. And that's what makes our atmospheres different from any other team.
And make no mistake, it's great soccer.
I mean, that as well. And, you know, we've got a really interesting roster where we've got homegrown talent. We invest a lot in that. We also have international players. You know, we had Brian Tamacas, captain of El Salvador, scoring here tonight. And it's just a really great product. It's exciting. People love it. And it's great to have it back again.
Yeah, awesome. I think one of the things, too, a lot of people maybe watching at home may not know. Can you explain a little bit more about the purpose-driven soccer, what that means?
Yeah, of course. So we founded our club with the purpose to harness the magic of Oakland and the power of sport as a force for social good. And that means that we believe a sports team is a community asset first and foremost, right? It's like a museum or a library. It's something which is part of the social fabric of a community, because that's what sports does. Look, it brings people together, right? We've got thousands of people out here seeing their friends, having a great time, and we need that. More than ever, we need that in our society. And so what we do is we build that into every decision we make. So the types of players that we sign, the types of soccer that we play.
Can we just say?
Okay.
Regulation was called. Overtime was called. Not to interrupt you, but we have been waiting for. Can you breathe now? Mike, we want you to be able to
A deep breath.
breathe
Exhale.
deeply.
I feel a lot better now.
We should say this made history. You guys have not won a home opener since this club began. This is season 6.
I didn't know that, Claudine. Thank you for telling me that.
And now you have won this
Thanks
summer.
to you guys, right?
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Really a fantastic way to start off the season. Last season, if we are honest, season 5 did not end. It ended with a 9-game slide. Never made the playoffs, and that was a heartbreaker. Easier to talk about the heartbreaker now that we're entering season 6 and starting off with a win.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of people say to us, like, well, if you're purpose focused, if you're about the community, that means you don't really care about winning, and nothing could be further from the truth. We love to win. We want to win. We want to build a championship team. I mean, our goal is to bring a championship to Oakland because these fans deserve it. I mean, just the thought of that, bringing a championship here in any sport, we know what that does to Oakland. We want to do it in soccer.
Absolutely. All right. Jesse Gary is with the fans right now. Mike, thank you so much for the insight. Glad to be here with you for this moment.
Thank you so much.
Jesse Gary is with the fans, and man, what a celebration, Jesse.
I know you said it was a nail-biter, Claudine, but it was also the best entertainment you can get in the Bay Area in the middle of the weekend. The game just ended. I'm going to move out of the way. Hey, let's go Roots. I'm going to move out of the way. You see the packed stands here at Pioneer Stadium. This is what it's been like for the entire game. You see the flags, the drum section. I don't know what kind of exercises these people do to be able to play the drums and wave those flags for the entire 90-minute plus 9 minutes of extra time for this match, but they have done that, and you see this, the post-game celebration as the Roots have won 2-1. Now, this crowd arrived hours before kickoff at 7 o'clock tonight. We got here around 5, and people showed up 5:15 maybe to move in and enjoy both the food court and a lot of games and activities they had for the children and for adults to get everybody fired up for this first ever home opener. Let's take a listen.
This is exciting.
Yes.
We're excited to see the new team, some new players. Hopefully we'll get some goals, but you know, the Roots games are always exciting, lots of energy down there.
We like to get the best seats. You know, there's no assigned seats, you have to pick your spot. And you know, check out the food options and hang out and just get the vibe.
I'm out here and I eat a hot dog while I'm looking at the game, and I'm having a great time. That makes the game a little bit better.
I'm English, it's in my blood, soccer. You know, in England you support your local teams, and Oakland's ours, so I want to bring them up like I was brought up back home.
To have something of this significance with this much energy, bro, it just means a lot, man. So I'm just grateful to be here, Grand National. We want to represent something very specific for the community too, so this means a lot, bro, to be here. Yeah.
And post-game, Grand National was on the field, on a pitch, I should say, on the beach, doing a performance before the game, and that really just set the tone. And then shortly thereafter, kickoff, and we were underway. And of course, the Roots grabbed the early lead, never trailed, and they walk away with a 2-1 win in their first ever home opener. So this year begins a lot better than last season ended. So we are excited about that. And the fans are still here. Oakland Roots, So it's a party. It's a Saturday night party here at Pioneer Stadium. Ladies, we'll send it back to you. I'm looking at your back, but you're over there, I'm over here. I'll send it back to you.
We'll receive that, Jesse. Thank you. Thanks so much. Glad to see all those fans having a blast. We were over there watching the game, and yeah, in it, and you could feel the excitement.
Capacity crowd, and that happens a lot with Oakland Roots game, and they come early. Because they came early to see Grand National, who's sitting with us right now. So glad to have you guys with us. I mean, what does it mean? I mean, Oakland Roots, when you talk about the Roots, this is a place where you have the love of the town greeting you. You guys made some special music and wrote some special music. Manny, Kevin, Pass, thanks so much for being here. What does it mean to perform for this crowd, especially on the home opener?
Oh, the home opener is special. To get that call means a lot. It means they really believe in what we're building too, and a lot of it is just a synergy and alignment for really representing the Bay. Overall, like some great people here, some hardworking people here, and we stand for something ultimately. And so getting that call, just like they see what we're building as well too.
And the performance was, me and Claudine were watching practically front row, just about. You know, you could feel the excitement, but we were listening to that Roots song that you guys wrote. And why did you feel so strongly? They told me they didn't know you guys were writing that song until they heard it in sound check today. So talk to us a little bit about that song.
It's like a give back. So we want to make sure we give back. So they look out for us. They pour into us. They always support us. So as a brand, as a company, as artists, we want to make sure we give something back to the people that pour into us. So that's what we did.
And we want to welcome in our viewers joining us from the Plus, watching the match game over there, now joining us here on KTVU and streaming on Fox Local. When you talk about these fans too, I want to talk about how when it comes to these fans and they see what you're building, see what the Roots are building, show up, have their flags, is this energy when people say, does this represent the town and this represent what you're about? Is this what you see here tonight?
Yes. Emphatically, yes. The passion, it's not just passion. There's such a unique energy that as soon as, the crowd started filling up, we've been here all day, and then when they started filling in, it was just such a unique feeling when they just started going. It was so passionate. You could tell that it was just real Oakland. When the Keep It On the Real song came on, it was just a universal sort of communal feeling. We felt like we was in the backyard real quick.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Wow. It was a blast of a performance. I know me and Claudine enjoyed it. We were loving the new music also. Thank you guys so much for being here and for the performance. We appreciate it.
We appreciate it.
We will be right back, I believe.
We got some highlights to show you. If you haven't seen the goals yet, let's see them again because it's a lot of fun. Oakland Roots Match Day Live continues right after this.
Great's available now.
Welcome back to Match Day Live. Joining you from Pioneer Stadium. Bailey, it's been quite a night here.
I'm still jazzed up, just ready to go. Yeah, I could take a lap around the field really fast.
Take a lap. It's been exciting. If you want to see the highlights again, we want to show them to you again because this has been a history-making night here at Pioneer Stadium. The first home opener to be won by the Roots in their 6 seasons, and it happened here. You watch it on KTVU Plus. You watch it on Fox Local. Here you go as we take you back through the opening minutes. It was fairly early in the night when we saw the first goal by Yesiel Cedeno.
In the second minute there. Right to the back of the net. And that one was really exciting. I think so many people were kind of still getting seated and getting kind of ready to go here. And it was a good start to the game, obviously, for the Roots there. And then here, this incredible save by Paul.
Paul the Wall.
Yes,
they like to
not his only save of the night, by the way. He was
he was a busy guy. Yes. Sometimes you do not want your keeper to be a busy guy, but he was a busy guy tonight.
He got the job done.
We don't really want to talk about Indy kind of tying it up, and certainly that caused a lot of stress. But then you had Brian Tamakis coming in.
Saving the day.
Saving the day.
As he does.
As we waited for regulation time to end. And let's bring in head coach Noah Delgado to talk about this. I mean, you talked about making sure, as we take a look at this,
Final score.
the historic making 2-1. Obviously, it's a home opener, but you want to come out, you want to start. You've talked about how you guys did a lot of work in the preseason to making sure that your guys were ready to go. How do you feel about the match tonight?
Just happy for the fans, the team, the staff, all that. Been a long time since the off season, and so we finally got a chance to play a real game in front of our fans in a home opener, and to get a result in 3 points is incredible.
What's been the mood like, or what was the mood after the game in the locker room?
This one?
Yeah.
I haven't made the locker room yet.
You haven't been over there yet. Okay.
I'm on my way, but yeah, I know how it's going to be.
If we're honest, though, a 9-game slide at the end of last season was not easy. To miss the playoffs, it was a heartbreaker, and it does change the way you go into the offseason to say we do have something to prove to our fans. You have a lot of new players on this team to say this is the mark that you're going to make on it, and this is going to be your first full season to come in here and say, look, how do we change the momentum? I feel like these are home openers. These first games, they are the emotional ones. They're in front of the home crowd. You've got to give them a little bit of, and there's a lot of pressure to that.
Yeah, the players all knew it. All off-season staff players. Didn't end last season. Didn't end how we wanted it. But we know coming at home against a team Indy, that's a very strong team, that it's important that we put our front foot together and we work hard. And it was a tough game. Indy played really, really well, and they equalized at the end of the first half. So credit to the boys. And
you coached Tamakis, obviously, with El Salvador. What's it like to be able to coach him with this team?
Great player, better person. So he's one in the locker room that's helping out players, younger, older, incredible player, but also a great person that helps lead the team.
How important is that? When you're building this team and you're building it for a club like the Roots, it can't just be that people are good.
Exactly.
Because, you talk about, every time we talk to players, it's like, how are we going to come together off the pitch, on the pitch, to kind of make that magic that's intangible as a coach that you're trying to pull out of these guys and make sure that it lasts all season long.
Yeah, like when we do our recruiting, we do our due diligence to find how they are in the locker room, how are they doing with adversity, what are they like in the community. All that stuff comes into us when we pick a player, and we want to find the player in person that's the right fit for the team.
Yeah. Okay, honestly, we like the win.
Yes.
But what did you see out there where you say we got to work on this, guys? Like, where's the weakness? Where's the spots that you thought this is what we can do better?
Yeah, I think in the first half we didn't have as much possession of the ball as we could have. They were getting the ball. We were outnumbered in certain situations. But I think us being brave and holding on to it and keeping possession and making correct decisions. It's game one, so we knew attacking-wise it wouldn't be 100% sharp. Right. But it was important that our defense was solid.
And what did you see that was good tonight, promising? I know it's just the first game of the season, obviously a lot to build on, a lot of improvements to be made, as you just mentioned. But what were the little maybe things that don't show up on a stat sheet that you would say, this is what we did right tonight?
So we wrote on the board before the game the first 15 minutes of each half. So we scored a goal in the first couple minutes and then again in the second half. So that's something, not football side, but the mental side. Hey, let's get the fans behind us to start the game. Let's start this season on the front foot.
Yeah,
fans
you gotta
certainly
keep that energy going.
Yeah, fans certainly brought the energy tonight
For
as
sure.
well.
They were awesome.
Coach, thanks so much. We appreciate the time.
Congrats.
Okay, thank you.
We'll let you
Thank
get into that locker room now and check it out.
All right, when we come back, we'll be talking to the players on the pitch. It's been a big night for them. Game one in the books. Match Day Live returns right after this.
Looking long again for Johnny Rodriguez! On the spin, on the score sheet, Oakland's ahead!
The excitement, the goal, the excitement here, Claudine. Welcome back to Match Day Oakland Roots. We are live here at the game. The Oakland Roots just won 2-1, their opener of the season, home opener here in Cal State East Bay. Claudine, the excitement tonight was evident, right?
Yeah, absolutely. This is the way you begin. This is the way you begin season 6 here at Pioneer Stadium in front of a capacity crowd. You get the ball in the back of the net, and who better to do that than we've got the two forwards here, Yesiel Cedeno and Johnny Rodriguez. Hey, guys, thanks so much for joining us. What a match. We just talked to your coach. He said in the beginning in the locker room, we got to go out there. We've got to score first 15 minutes of each half. How do you feel about the game and how this went? I mean, the pressure from last year, John, you've been on this team for a while. Right. And so you've watched how this has kind of gone up and down in the building and the building and the building. What did you want from tonight, and did it deliver?
I mean, what I wanted for tonight was just come out and show the fans that, you know, we're excited to get back, and we're hungrier than ever, because the way last year ended, it's kind of a bit disappointing for the fans and for the team themselves. But I just wanted to come out here, or we just wanted to come out here and prove a point, not just to ourselves, but to the league, that, you know, we're a little underestimated, but, you know, we like having that chip on our shoulder and going out there and performing.
And a lot of times I feel like first games, right, of the season, there can be some nerves there. There can be kind of maybe a little bit of just like nervous energy that you want to get out of. What were your feelings before the game, and then were you kind of able to break out of that, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, obviously before the first game, it's always a bit of nervous that you get, and everybody
jitters, right?
Everybody gets jitters, everybody gets nervous. Some people say that they don't, but, you know, everybody does. Everybody does. So we just want to kind of use that as a way to help ourselves go out there and win the first 15 minutes of the game, and that's what you know, Giselle did out there. We wanted to win the first 15 because we kind of struggle in the first 15 of the matches sometimes, and we wanted to go out there and win the first 15, and I think we did that tonight.
Yeah. Talk about getting the ball in the back of the net. Feels good. It feels good.
Yes. Yeah. You know, all glory be to God, and at the end, when you work hard, you see the fruits. And I think we prepare ourselves to have 3 points tonight. And, you know, it's just a team win. Yeah. You know, it doesn't matter who scored at the end of the day. It's everyone's work. And I'm just happy that we started the season with 3 points at home. And we just want to make this a normal thing, you know. So thank you to the fans that came to support. And then we were trying to get 3 points every single game.
How do you build on this? Where do you guys go from here?
I mean, it's one game at a time. You know, it's a long season. It's a lot of games. Then we just need to rest. We need to, of course, get the positive, and then keep working on the little details for the next game. Then it's going to be another final for us, and we're trying to make this home field our home. You know, nobody can come here and get 3 points for us.
Yeah. When you're on the road and you travel and you see other fans, how do the Roots fans compare? I mean, the energy that we saw from the crowd and the celebrations were all to the crowd. You are celebrating with each other, right. But it was almost to the crowd first and then to each other. There felt gratitude going both ways.
I think with the fans, like, to answer your question, the fans, our fans especially, are the best in the league. Like, we've gone to almost every home field or every away team's field, and there's obviously some good ones, some bad ones, but I feel like ours just do not stop throughout the whole 90 minutes. I mean, we can hear them. Believe it or not, we can hear them the whole entire time, just yelling, telling the players stuff, whatever it is. We just want to make this as hard as a home field to come in and play, and I feel like with them just chanting for a whole 90 minutes, it makes it almost impossible for them to come in here and play a very, very safe game. I feel like they present a challenge that
Indy felt it.
Exactly. Like when you said, when we scored a goal, it erupts. It erupts the whole stadium, and I feel like that helps us and just boosts us that much more.
Yeah. What do you want people to know about the Roots in general as a team when they see you? The work that you guys do off the pitch and on the pitch, the philosophy you have to believe in to join this club. As new players come in and out, that seems to be the constant. What do people not know about the Roots that you think really influences how you play when you get out there?
I mean, to begin with, we work hard every day. You know, it's not about just game day. It's about preparing yourself during the week. You know, it's a long process. And then, first of all, you gotta believe in the staff. You know, you gotta believe in the project. And we are so united, you know, like a family. Will we say after the training, stay together, and then come out here and then just play with passion. You know, stay united and then be thankful. Don't take anything for granted. You know, 6,000 people here. They bought a ticket. You know, they could be anywhere else, but they rather be in the stadium supporting us. And then we can't take that for granted. You know, and we just have to perform, because at the end of the day, this is our job. Yeah. And then we have to perform at the highest level.
Yeah. We're going to be talking to Paul the Wall next.
You guys will like him. You guys will like him.
How do you think he performed? I mean, it was defense. You got to put the ball in the back of the net, but you also can't keep it from
right.
How do you feel as a whole your team was playing tonight?
I think we played a good game, but obviously there's room for improvement, like Cedeno said, and we're going to look at the positives, but we're also going to take a look at the negatives and what we could work on to better ourselves and better as a whole. And yeah, we're just going to keep going forward, but a lot of positives tonight, and obviously got to take a look at the negatives and try to combine them so the positives outweigh the negatives. But it's like he said, it's a long season. It's the first game out of a long season, so
it is, but it's a good start.
And you set the tone at the right place, right?
Yeah.
Set the tone at the right place. All right. Speaking of, we'll take it. We will take a break, but coming back, we will have so many more conversations with Roots players, team execs, and more excitement and some more fans. I think we'll hear from some more fans. So
Match Day Live.
We'll be right back. Back to Oakland Roots Match Day. I'm Bailey O'Carroll, Claudine Wong. Also alongside me, Claudine, the Roots getting the win on their first game of the season, first home game of the season, I should say, here at Pioneer Stadium. No shortage of goals and also some saving of goals as well, right?
Yes, you cannot let the ball in the back of the net when Indy 11 is trying to score. Let's welcome to the show at Match Day Live. We got Paul Blanchette and Nabil Hackshaw. Keeper, captain, taking charge of this field tonight and on the pitch tonight. How are you feeling? We were just talking in the break about that extra time, 9 minutes of extra time, waiting for that whistle to blow. Not that I ever lost faith, but I'm going to tell you, those last couple of minutes, what was going through your mind? You had some, Paul, we'll start with you. You had some great saves. That free kick was an unbelievable save. The athleticism was amazing. My heart was stopping towards the end of that game, though.
Yeah, when you see 9 minutes go up on the board, it's definitely a little bit of a shock. But guys are always ready, prepared, and we had a long preseason and be fit enough to do the thing and push through the extra 10 minutes to make 100, and came away with 3 points.
Yes, came away with. Coach Delgado was saying earlier, he's like, you got to strike first. You got to go in the first 15 minutes. That means that you can't let anything in. But Nabil, when you talk about leading this team and what it means for this team to make sure they strike first, to make sure that at the end of the 100 you are on the right side of that W column, especially after last season. We don't want to keep talking about last season. We're in the new season. We can start with the win column, but it does make a difference for the team.
Yeah, it does. The guys this year has the right attitude, the right mindset, and we keep working. Preseason was tough, but we managed to get through it. And now we just have to put it on the field and show you guys what we could do.
What did you guys see tonight that was promising, right? There's a long season, a lot of games still to be played, but what did you see that you were like, this year could be different, this team's a little different?
For me, the fight with the guys. Even when we scored and the other team scored on us, we never give up. We keep fighting, we keep pushing, and that's all that matters. Never giving up.
Yeah. When it comes to standing in the back and watching them, you always have a very unique position. Standing, you are the other captain of kind of the field, seeing how the movement goes, seeing where people are out of position or whether they're doing something, moving the ball well. What did you see standing at that net tonight that you were proud of, and what did you see that you're saying, listen, guys, we got to...
I saw 2 really good teams out there. Indy, top class. They had a lot of good players, a lot of good game plan, but I think our style and our work ethic and just the individual performances was, top level, and, we need that every week, and I think it's a good start.
What type of atmosphere was it tonight? Is it what you expected?
Yes, so the Roots fans always come out in full force. Yeah. Home and away, they're always there for us.
Does that, and people can't really give that enough credit, I think, for you guys. When we were talking to Yasiel and we were talking to Johnny, we were talking about how it seemed the celebration went to the crowd and then went to each other, and how integrated that is when you talk about a club with purpose and a club that emphasizes constantly being on and off the pitch. And when you're looking at the team and saying, are we showing here, there, and are the fans showing to us? What did you see tonight as a home opener as well, as this club just continues to grow?
I saw a crowd that is willing to help us. You know, they motivate us. The more they cheer, the more energy and strive that we push ourselves to win. You know, like give them a win, a victory, because they don't have to come here and cheer for us, but when they do, they are like the 12th man. You know, they give us that energy, that boost to run an extra mile.
Yeah, if you were watching them, you wouldn't know what was happening on the field because they were cheering the entire time. Like, usually with a crowd, you can kind of tell, like, ooh, something happened. But there was
and stuff like that. Yeah,
something bad happened. But it was like this constant hum, and which makes your home crowd different than anyone else in the league, I think.
Yeah, they're a great crowd. I love them. I love to play in front of them.
And I know one thing I noticed too is Claudine and I, as I've mentioned multiple times, we're watching over from the sidelines, and I watched players literally interact and talking with some of the young fans who were right up against that fence line. At one point, explaining to them what was happening, which I thought was adorable. At one point, grabbing some water from a fan because you got to stay hydrated. What does it mean to have to be able to be role models for those young fans who come out to watch?
It's pretty special. I mean, I was one of those kids growing up, and we didn't have the Roots, but you know, it's something that gives kids like a pathway to the professional soccer and a great environment, and it's a lot of fun.
You're truly living the dream. That's what I look at when I watch you guys, because there's so many kids out there in the stands who are dreaming of being in the position where you are, and so to give them the dream and still be so accessible to them is really remarkable. Paul, Nabil, thank you so much for joining us. Congrats on that win.
Thank you.
Looking forward to a big season ahead.
Yeah.
All right.
We're
Talking
gonna go,
about, who's in the crowd with the fans?
Yeah, Jesse Gary. I think the crowd maybe has thinned out a little bit, Jesse, but there was no shortage of excitement. And I know, Jesse, we were talking before the game was over about the drummer in the crowd, and you were like, I'm shocked he's been going for so long. Doesn't he get tired?
Oh, it's not just a drummer. It's multiple drummers that went the whole evening, start to finish. Not do they get tired. What do they do to be able to have the endurance to make it all through the games? I know they're tired, but they keep pushing through even into extra time, which was 9 minutes. 4 and 5's 9? Yeah, 9 minutes of extra time, and they kept going the whole way. As we keep going here on match day turning into match night, you know, you've heard the term Mr. or Ms. Big Voice, and that's the person whose voice echoes through a stadium or an arena during a sports contest. Here for the Roots for the 4th season, it's Matt Hurwitz. Now, if the name and, more importantly, if his voice sound familiar, well, that's because Matt used to be the PA address announcer for the Golden State Warriors when they were in Oracle in Oakland. The team moved to San Francisco. Matt ended his 18-year relationship with the team, and now he's with the Roots, or has been with the Roots. Loving it. We had a conversation with him just minutes ago.
Well, home openers are always an exciting time because we have lots of fans coming out. It was a sold-out game. The victory was just icing on the cake. Very exciting game. Couldn't have asked for anything more.
Did you kind of have an idea that it would be kind of this charge because it is a home opener, or is it always a surprise?
Well, the energy is always elevated. A home opener takes it up another level. And then the fact that we had so much time in stoppage time at the second half really adds a little bit more tension to it, if you will, because you know anything could happen at any time on the soccer field. So there was a lot of extra time to see if we would hold on to that 2-1 victory.
And they did.
They did. It was very exciting. I think everyone went home really happy tonight.
You used to be the PA announcer for the Golden State Warriors in Oakland. What is the difference between doing that inside the arena as opposed to out here with a pitch?
Well, in the arena, you've got 15, 20,000 people in a closed area. Obviously, with the Golden State Warriors, it was high energy and high scoring, and you're really connected with the fans at every basket, every turnover, every big play. Soccer is a little bit different because we're relying upon those goals, which indeed could come at any time. Not as much scoring in soccer as there is in basketball, obviously, but they can come at any time. So when they do come, the stadium erupts. And when you have an outdoor stadium like we have here at Pioneer Stadium with a large crowd supporting the Roots, when those goals happen, this place erupts, and it's a great feeling, a lot of energy, and it's really exciting. Got to pay attention to the game at all times because you never know when those goals happen.
And you never know when near misses happen.
Absolutely, near misses and then other attributes of the game. There could be yellow cards, red cards, fouls, substitutions. So something's always happening. The level of engagement that I'm doing compared to basketball is a little bit less, but obviously when a goal happens and those other things happen on the field, you have to be ready to call it.
And we call a 2-1 Roots home opener win. Ladies, back to you.
All right, Jesse, thank you so much. Certainly a fun night to hang out with this crowd, hang out with the announcer as we welcome in season 6 for the Oakland Roots. When we come back, we're going to take you off the pitch for a second. 2 players sharing their passion and their culture through food. That story, when Matchday Live returns right after this.
Oakland Roots Match Day. I'm Bailey O'Carroll, joined by Claudine Wong. Claudine, there was some excitement on the pitch, of course, the Roots getting the 2-1 victory here tonight.
We are celebrating that. We are also celebrating what we got to do before the match, which was to eat.
It's one of my favorite things to do.
There's amazing food here, and amazing food from 2 players. This was a first-time event for 2 players that join us now with their family. We've got Baba Kujar and Irakoze Donasiano. Thank you for joining us. Babu and Kozi's Kitchen.
Yes.
Amazing. And we talked about this, about how this came about. This is the first time for you guys. First, congratulations on the win. That was amazing. Performing well on the pitch. Also, congratulations on this kitchen. Tell us about how it started. And I know that it's the team. Yes. You guys nicknamed it the Players' Kitchen, too, because the team tried it out, and it was a raving success.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell me what you wanted to accomplish with this kitchen.
So, me and Cozy love cooking, and then we've lived together for 2 years now, 2 teams, but we came to Oakland and then we started trying to bond the players together. So we started cooking. And then every time we cook, we invite boys to come, hang out with us, watch games. And then we see that their feedback is always good. So during Super Bowl, we decided to make an even bigger cookout and stuff. So when that happened, we got my wife to cook, and then we helped her out. The feedback was amazing.
Oh, wait, we should let you introduce your family behind you and who is helping you out.
So that's my brother. His name is Eliman, and this is my wife.
Hello.
And you guys, tell them.
You want to say your names?
Hi, my name is Eliman.
My name is Awa.
My name is Ngone.
And these 2 are the chefs, actually.
Yeah, you guys are the cooks, they're the chefs. That's
yes,
what you said.
We are the cooks, they're the chefs.
They're the chefs.
Yes.
Cozy, tell me about the reaction you got and what you were hoping tonight and why you think this is so important to kind of share your culture. We should mention this food is from Africa, but West and East kind of coming together.
Yes.
Well, the thing about food and culture, it goes together. You can't have culture without food. So our goal with this kitchen, was to bring people together, and us having it and inviting our teammates, we were like, this is cool. Let's try and bring it to the city. Let's try and bring people together with our food, with African culture, and see what they like. So we're hoping that this goes well. Well, we heard that it went well up there, so we're hoping that it gets better and go as we go on, and eventually we get to give it to the city. Go instead of games, we go to different events, and then maybe weddings, maybe other events. So we're hoping that we bring a lot of cultures together.
Can you guys tell us a little bit about, and maybe you guys want to add in too, a little bit about the food? I know I tried it was your recommendation. It was the lemon chicken with the rice. Oh my God, it was so good. I still have some left. I'm going to eat it after this. But tell us a little bit about maybe some of your guys' favorite dishes and why you like them.
So the one you tried is called chicken yassa. That's one of my favorites. It's full of flavor, tastes good. Everyone seems to like it. I've never gotten any bad reviews from anyone that's ever tried it. It's just a lemon and herb grilled chicken and a caramelized onion sauce with white rice. And then we also have benachin, but a lot of people know it as jollof. But benachin, it means one pot. So everything, it's like a rice dish cooked in one pot. It can be with fish, meat, veggies, chicken. So yeah, today we tried out the vegetarian
So when you're
version.
bringing in food from Burundi and Gambia, how do you meld that? How do you mix that together so that it's a little bit of both?
So Cozy has a dish he makes that's called chapati. It's just flour, but the way it comes out as bread, flat bread. But
Yes,
then,
more like a naan bread,
Yes.
but made a different way.
Okay.
So he makes that bread and then makes this stew with cabbage, carrots, onions, and then bell peppers. But then he has his own way of making it. It's the way of East Africans cooking. For us West Africans, mostly, we blend most of the stuff. East Africans don't blend anything. So they just make the stew the way they know how to. And it was my first time experiencing something like that. So these two practically taught me a lot about cooking, actually.
How much is it for all of you to see a part of home? And we've talked about this. Food for me is love. Like, that's how my family shares its love.
Mm-hmm.
To see that love shared with something else that you love, soccer, the soccer family, the team, and now the fans. How much does that mean to you in terms of this experience in making this home and having the town kind of embrace this?
So to add to Kozi's point earlier, he did mention like the main goal for us is to attract the city. But the reason we started was to get the team, the players, to bond together. And then now we think that we can actually make the city connect with the team. So, because this is just bigger than being on the field. So through food, everybody can just come and then want to be at the games, want to enjoy good food, and then get to know their players, not just by watching them and then cheering for them, but get to finally connect with them in a different level. And, you know, I feel like it makes everybody better, and then, you know, we can all get to a different level and take a step forward to, you know, bigger things for the club and for Oakland itself.
I have a question for the families. You guys were obviously playing the game, so you weren't up there. What was the reception like? Did you guys sell out? How did it go up there tonight?
Well, we did really well with things, especially like the fish pie. I don't know if you guys.
I tried it. It was amazing. It was amazing. Yes.
Yeah, we did really well. We got a lot of great feedback. And then even people that didn't get to try it, like, they came around towards the end and were like, oh, we heard about you guys. Like, we can't wait to try it. So it felt good to, like, know that everyone enjoyed the food and was happy.
Well, congratulations. Winning on and off the pitch.
Yes,
So excited to have you here. Thanks you so much.
you.
Big things and big things ahead.
My wife, did you say something?
She's like, no.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you to you all. And Matchday Live, yeah.
We have more food to share.
More food.
With the players, the fans, the whole
And us.
city.
Yes.
And us.
Yes. You're part of the team now. So
Perfect.
All right.
You see where I was going with that?
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, love it. All right. Matchday Live returns right after this. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back. We are here at Cal State East Bay, where the Roots just won their first game. Just, you know, it was like 40 minutes ago. But the excitement, you can still feel it.
It's
Won their
happening.
home opener. Really exciting
First
to be
time.
out here on the pitch.
First time.
Yeah.
In club history.
Yeah.
6th season. This is about time. We're excited to celebrate that moment, and we want to bring in club president Lindsey Brenz and technical director Jordan Farrell. Congratulations. We were just talking about how stressful the end of the game, and I think stressful not because you're not going to have wins and losses throughout this season. I mean, that's going to happen. But and we don't want to keep talking about season 5 or the end of season 5, but it does, you know, all the good work that you guys do. You have to have wins on the pitch, and that's just the reality of it. And the fans are out here; they want it so badly, and I think that's what I felt towards the end. I'm like, can we just give it to them in front of this home crowd? Can we just give it to this team, give it to these fans? I imagine you were feeling the same way.
Absolutely. We had a sold-out crowd tonight. It was so exciting, and the fans were loud and raucous and behind the team every step of the way. And everyone needs to know how important that is to the team, right? It really has an impact on field when we have a sold-out audience like this, and they're very noisy.
Technically, what grade are we giving this team as you're watching them? I mean, you've served as coach. Now you've served as technical director. You get the big picture. Did they meet expectations?
Well, look, it's always good to have 3 points and then get to work on the things you know you need to work on. But I think this was the first big test of the season. We haven't had a home opener in a few years, and the energy from the crowd was incredible. So for us to walk away with 3 points, we know there's things that we need to tune up, but this is a very good Indy side, and I think we did a good job of managing them, but also playing our football. And I think the team showed that we're going to roll our sleeves up and get to work on the defensive side, which was something that at the end of the season last year we know needed to be tuned up, and I think they showed the work that they've done through the preseason tonight.
What do you think makes this, right, Claudine mentioned you've been around this club for many seasons. What do you think makes this team different?
Well, I think there's a lot of different leaders on the field this year. Previously we had a strong core, a group that had come in with the club to the USL, and I think that this performance tonight, you saw a number of new faces and returning players that were all willing to pick up and do the little dirty work or the little communication or push each other. And the cohesion, the energy around this team this year is really positive, and I think the fans fed off of that, and also the players fed off of the fans tonight.
We also talk about more than just the pitch. We've talked about food tonight. We've talked about leadership. We've talked about everything. When you see this team tonight, when you see them celebrating to the fans, when you see them and what this club is and is becoming, what's the future as we look at the Oakland Roots, not just for season 6, but all the seasons to come?
Well, it's all about community for us, and I heard that over and over tonight when I was walking around the stadium, people thanking us for our commitment to Oakland, for our desire to build a stadium in Oakland, for the service that we do in the community, and that's our club's all about that. Our purpose is to harness the magic of Oakland and the power of sport as a force for social good. We take that purpose into account in every decision we make, including how we price our tickets, where we play our games, how we build our roster, and it's just really exciting to feel the love back from the community. There was so much joy in the building tonight. It was really incredible.
And I think now more than ever, if we're honest, Oakland fans are faithful and they're loyal and they want so badly to love the team, but they want those teams to love them back. The message tonight was you love them back.
Absolutely. Lots of mutual love tonight.
Yeah, it's really amazing.
For some of the guys feeling it for the first time tonight, I think that's also a really unique thing to see through their eyes, right? We've told them about it. Some of them have been visiting players here, but for them to feel the energy, the love from the fans actually for the first time here at East Bay, that's really special as well.
There's nothing like the town.
Nothing like it.
Thank you to you both. Congrats on the win.
Thank you very much.
A great way to start season 6. And thanks for everyone at home watching. This has been a fantastic night from Pioneer Stadium as we celebrate the home opener of the Oakland Roots. Thanks so much for joining us for Matchday Live.
See you next time.